Take your mind into the wonderful world of physical, emotional, psychological, and spiritual wellness. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kennetic Hour. Conversations with you and guests. With your host, Kennon Wesley Mason. That's me. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to another edition of the Kennetic Hour. I am your host, Kennon Wesley Mason. Welcome one, welcome all. And thank you all for tuning in to another episode here as we are live streaming and simulcasting on Facebook Live, Instagram Live, and LinkedIn Live. So thank you all for tuning in. And as always, go to my YouTube channels. There's always two. One is the Kennetic Hour, and that is Kennetic, Kennetic, the Kennetic Hour. And the other is Kennetic-Fit And Wellness Info, Kennetic-Fit And Wellness Info for everything health-related, health, physical health, mental health, emotional health, spiritual health. But go to both of those channels. Make sure you subscribe, click thumbs up, leave your comments and all that great stuff. Always tell everyone that you know to tune in to the Kennetic Hour, as I'm always happy to do these shows and happy that you all are tuning in. My guest today, my guest, and I'm glad she's taken the time out to be here in the midst of her busy schedule. I'm going to read a little something here just to let you all know who she is. She's the owner and founder of Wellness Inspired and Wellness Inspired Publishing. She's the TV radio host of the show Elevating Your Life with Paula Vail, the author of the book Why Am I So Happy, which I happen to have right here in front of me. Why Am I So Happy, which was awarded the bronze medal in self-help books by Global Book Awards. She's also a co-author of the book America's Leading Ladies Who Positively Impact Our World, along with Oprah Winfrey and others, and the book Beyond Wellness, Usui Reiki Training Manual. She's an inspirational speaker and prior restaurant owner, and also a Reiki master teacher in Usui Reiki. She was also featured in Times Square by the Continental Who's Who organization as a pinnacle professional, and has been featured and on the cover of multiple magazines, including Publishers Weekly, Speak Magazine, and twice in Women of Distinction magazine. She was awarded Top Female Professional of 2018 and Empowered Women of 2019 by the International Association of Top Professionals. So she's done it all here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Paula Vail. Paula, welcome to the Kennetic Hour. How are you?
Hello, and hello to everyone. I'm doing great and just honored to be on your fantastic show. I really
Thank you. Thank you. You finally made it. It's been a while. It's been a long time coming.
Yes.
Yeah. I was on Paula's show towards the end of 2023, and she was actually, she was supposed to be on earlier this year, and some scheduling conflicts, so we had to postpone until right now. So I'm glad that you're here. I'm really glad that you're here.
Thank you.
And I do have this book here, which you sent to me in the mail, and I'm just going to show everyone. It's an autographed signing right here, So thank you so much for sending this to me. Um, I just want to start. I just want to start from the beginning here, because you went from being a restaurant owner and then transitioned into being a Reiki master practitioner and then Reiki master teacher. How did you make that transition? Let's start from the beginning. How did you make that transition from being the restaurant owner and then going into Reiki? How did that all come about?
Well, I was in the restaurant business 27 years.
Wow. Okay.
And after selling my restaurant, about a year after I sold my restaurant, I had a dog that I had had for many years, a white German Shepherd. Her picture's behind me. And she was sick. She was 14. She was very ill, had a tumor removed. She could barely walk. And someone said to me, "You should learn Reiki." And that was 25 years ago this year that I started Reiki. So anyway, it did so much for her. I had her 2 more years. I fell in love with Reiki. And I'm just passionate about it. I love it. I've seen so much over the years. I love training. I received my master Reiki training in Machu Picchu.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm also shaman trained.
Okay.
And it's just a beautiful, wonderful gift. I love it to this day.
It is. And all the way in Machu Picchu, and for those that don't know, that's in Peru. Is that correct?
Yes, yes.
That's in Peru. What was that experience like, traveling such a long distance to attain this this teaching?
Oh, it was amazing going around Peru. I loved the Sacred Valley, but Machu Picchu, the different places, the things that we would see, like these big, huge rocks that weigh tons, that were put together like puzzles.
Right.
I had a one-on-one sit down with an amazing shaman. He's works a lot with Alberto Villado. I've seen him on TV. And it was actually sitting with him and our translator. And I asked him, I love Reiki. Should I make Reiki a business for myself? And the translator asked him, and she said, he says, Paula, that he would come to you for Reiki.
Wow.
And that's what triggered me to start Wellness Inspired and offer Reiki to others.
Nice, nice. And before we move any further, I want to show you this right here, because when I interview people that I've interviewed before, because I've interviewed Paula before once upon a time, I just want to share this right here. If you can see this right here, this is from 2016, if you can believe it. This is from when we first interviewed you on Aim to Purpose, the radio show. As you can see, that that's me there nodding my head back and forth. And there's you in the corner, and there's my mother there, who was the host of Aim to Purpose, the radio show. She wasn't there that day. She was in Texas, I believe, at the time. And so both of you had to kind of call in. And at that time, I think it was through Skype. And that's how far back the technology goes. I think we were using Skype at the time. And there you are there. And we had a really fun time. That was our first introduction to you as a Reiki master teacher. As you can see down at the bottom, the title of that specific show was called For the Love of Reiki, because you do have a love for Reiki, obviously. And so that was definitely a fun time right there. Now, being a Reiki master practitioner and a Reiki master teacher, for those that don't know, because I have a background in Reiki as well. I have my certification as a Reiki master practitioner. So can you explain to those that don't know what exactly is Reiki?
Well, basically, it's energy work, and it has to do with our luminous energy field. We're just tapping into energy, and our energy field can actually tell our DNA what to do. If you are giving yourself Reiki or offering Reiki to others or to animals, it's basically this beautiful, loving, positive energy, which actually is very scientifically backed,
Yes.
going through us, surrounding us. And it can help, break up imbalance, negativity. They say that Reiki can detect and discern disease 6 months before it manifests. I mean, Reiki does so much for us on the physical end. It's very relaxing. You just feel good, but it also can help us emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
It over the years, I've come to just say it's beyond words. I mean, I have seen so many things over the 25 years. It really is fantastic, and it is been studied so many years now, and there have been amazing articles written, studies shown, even plants. They did a study on plants that were given Reiki. They detected up to a 800% growth spurt.
Wow.
I mean, it's just amazing and simple, but yet very powerful.
Yeah, it is very powerful. I remember my first Reiki attunement. This was back in 2002. And I never heard of Reiki prior to that time. And part of the curriculum for me going into the field of massage therapy as a practitioner, Reiki, the first degree of Reiki, was a part of the curriculum. So my teacher, he was a Reiki master teacher, obviously. And the first time that he did the practice, he did all the symbols and all of these things. And I didn't know what the crap he was doing, But when he laid his hands on the top of my crown, this crown chakra right here, I felt this surge. It was like a surge of energy that I had never felt before. So right then and there, I knew that energy, or this energy practice called Reiki, was real because I felt it. And I know some of the other students felt it as well because they explained their versions of how they felt it. So yes, Reiki is a real practice, and it can work wonders for those that are open to it. Now, does Reiki, do you have to be present, physically present for Reiki to work for the person that's being worked on? How does that work?
You can actually send Reiki long distance. You can send to someone. I've sent Reiki to people on the other side of the world.
Right.
For example, a woman in Perth, Australia, her family reached out. She was going through some medical issues, and so I was sending her long distance Reiki, and she's doing great. She recovered, and she actually then flew to Seattle to come take a class from me. Became
Wow.
a good friend. But Reiki, you can send across the world. You can send long distance Reiki.
Yeah, because energy knows no bounds of time and space.
Exactly.
So we can literally kind of, through our thoughts, if you will, or through our intentions, send this energy to those, again, like you said, whether it's Australia or anywhere else on the other side of the planet.
Yeah.
And it can be picked up, just like thoughts can be picked up by people on the other side of the planet. You know, thoughts are, again, they know no space and time doesn't exist for thoughts or energy.
Yes.
And so I guess that is the reason why it is so effective. Um, and some people have kind of, kind of foo-fooed it because of the explanation of how it works. But like you just said a few minutes ago, it has been scientifically backed by
Mhm.
proven results,
Yes.
including that of the plants, like you just explained.
Yes.
And so, yeah, Reiki definitely can help in anyone's healing process, no matter, and it can help in any and all life challenges, physical or mental. Is
Yeah.
that correct?
Yes, that is correct. That is correct.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. And I thought it was wonderful that that was introduced to me. For me, it's been about 2 decades for me, along with your
Love it.
2 decades and a half now. Um, and I think it's great, and I think more people should look into it as a healing remedy, because it can work for those that are open to it. I want to go into your book here because you sent this to me, and actually, I just finished reading it today, this morning.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, I just finished reading it, and I was reading it over the last couple of weeks, and um, I had some passages that I just wanted you to kind of expound on, if you will, because this book is an easy read as well. It's a very easy read and a quick read, but very telling, and very in depth, according to your knowledge, and your experiences of life. Um, and I just want to go into one of these passages here, and you can explain a little further. Right here, you have a passage here, and this is in. It says, "We also manifest healthy emotions. Our entire energy field allows us to be a creator when we choose to believe and live in love. This gives us confidence as well. Don't choose to be a victim, be a creator."
Yes.
I like that. Don't
Yeah.
choose to be a victim of your circumstances, be a creator of new circumstances. Can you explain that a little further?
Yes. It's, you know, our energy, our thoughts, what we put out there, that sets the tone of what we are going to bring into our life. So if we don't, life is challenges. It is. And
Mm,
if we take our focus off the challenges and focus on what we're grateful for, just thinking about one thing every morning that you're grateful for is huge. But to open up and literally just the effect of saying, you know, I'm grateful for this. I am love. And, look for the positive around you. Say yes to positive, to love, to manifestation. We are opening a door to so much in our life that can be created. Just
mhm.
allowing that and accepting I'm worth it. I'm value. I'm love. And that will set a tone of energy that is in us. And more of that's going to come to us.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
really is.
And what was the tone for you that inspired you to even write this book? Where does this book come from for you?
Actually, it comes from all my years working in a restaurant.
Okay.
I I loved my work. I loved my customers. I just really felt I had a server's heart, but I had challenges. But I, still, I loved taking care of my customers, working with my staff. I've always loved sharing a compliment or an act of kindness, holding a door for someone.
Mm-hmm.
And that, has done a lot for me in my life. But I would have customers sometimes say, "Why are you so happy?" Because I'm always, "Hi, how?"
Right.
And, they just would assume my life was perfect when it wasn't. But I
Yeah.
was asked that a lot. "Why are you so happy?" And I felt it's because of what I choose to give my attention to.
Right.
I have these challenges, but yet I have these blessings. And that's, where I'm going to put my focus. And I've always been fascinated with, the little facts like just a smile can change the energy in a room. It can
Absolutely.
put smiles on other people's faces. We don't know what other people around us are going through. That smile may be a gift for them that they really need at the moment.
Yeah.
But just a smile, an act of kindness, it can change the energy around you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. A smile, most people don't realize how radiant a smile can be. Many people wear the frown, the scowl on their faces all day because they maybe have their minds living in the rat race, if you will,
Mhm.
and so they're consistently unhappy. They're consistently unhappy. Um, this right here can take people into a place of starting to feel happy, or taking themselves out of that place or that funk, if you will, and stepping into a happy place because it just feels better.
Yes.
It just feels better. And so I like the fact that you titled it that way. Why am I so happy? And I think everyone can be asked that question when they get to that place. Why are you so happy? Why am I so happy? You know,
Yes.
um, and be grateful in that happiness,
Yes.
and just and being and create that as a habit and multiply that into even greater happiness, and then things will start to, as you put in this book multiple times, manifest
Yes.
into having things that will create even more happiness within,
Yes.
create more happiness within. So yeah, this is so I'm glad that you did that. What were because you mentioned challenges, and we all go through certain challenges in life. No one can escape it. There's 8 billion people on the planet, and all of us have some type of challenge, just to varying degrees. Um, what has been some? Well, let's go here. What has been your greatest challenge from going into the restaurant business to where you are right now? If you can pinpoint one or
Yeah.
two things.
Um, with going in the restaurant business, I was going to be an accountant. That's what I went to college for, but I fell in love with being a server. And challenges with that was just, being a mother, having a family and working long hours, but taking care of the family and challenges like family members that passed away
I read that.
and
Yeah,
dealing with
yeah,
that
yeah.
and just, getting through that and keeping a smile on my face. And it's when you lose a loved one, I know for me, the heartbreak was so strong. It was like, can I even go on? And then I thought about it and I said, am I going to just be angry that I lost him, or I'm going to be grateful I had him in my life?
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
thought, I'm going to be grateful I had him in my life.
Right.
And move on. And then with the restaurant, I shared a little bit about this. I had worked many, many years managing the restaurant, and I was always promised when the old owner sold it that he would carry the contract and sell it to me, and had saved, the down payment. And it comes to the time he was going to retire, and I walk in the restaurant and he's sitting there with some gentlemen, and he said, "Oh, I have some other people interested. I want another $100,000 down." Well, that was like $1 million to me.
Yeah.
And I went to the bank and they said, no, you don't even have a credit card,
Right.
I'd always
Right.
just paid for everything. And
Yeah.
I was heartbroken all those years. And that was my future. My goal was to be the owner. And I was like, is this what's meant to be? And then I walk in one day, I'm working, and I had a couple that were a good customers. And the gentleman was a doctor, and he and his wife were very dear customers. And I had told them I was going to be buying a restaurant. And he said to me, "So Paula, when you buying the restaurant?" And I must have got a look on my face. And he said, "Paula, what's going on?" And I told them. And a couple days later, knocking on the kitchen door, the restaurant, was his accountant with all the paperwork. And that gentleman he signed a loan for me to buy the restaurant.
Wow.
I was just, their favorite waitress. And a year later, I got him off the loan. But you know what? The money, it wasn't the money. That was so wonderful of him. But what that did for my heart.
Yes.
What a beautiful human being. And it just showed me one more time there, we have our challenges, but there are so many wonderful, caring people in the world. And that's what I'm going to focus on.
Right.
And I'm going to continue to do my best to be a positive energy in the world. But I'll never forget that beautiful act of kindness that was given to me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I know it made you feel good inside knowing that someone saw something in you to help you take that next leap of faith, that quantum leap, if you will, into another phase of success, if you will.
Yes.
Now you said that you always said that you have a server's heart. You just mentioned about being a waitress.
Yes.
The server's heart.
Yes.
So what do you mean by that? The server's heart. What is the server's heart?